Hey team, this is Aimée Darling, Independent Emerald Ambassador of Plexus Worldwide. I am really, really pumped that it is the beginning of June, and just like every month, we do the same thing. I love that because that gives you the opportunity to learn your skills and just add new people to that, and then every new person is a new opportunity to get better. So I want to talk today really quick about the checklist I use that I go through at the beginning of each month. Now, at the very end of the month, I print my reports and I look for who is working, right? Who's themselves placing orders, their PV is growing. I'm looking for ways and people that I need to either plug more of my time into or congratulate publicly and privately. That's huge. And I want to make sure that I'm on top of my reports. There's a wealth of information in there and trends. And so get those report printed, 3-ring punch them, get them in your power folder and work them in the new month. Okay, so when I'm coaching people, I have a list of things that I'm talking to them about. And on this video, what I'm going to teach you, what I do is how to coach somebody that maybe has 3-4 team members or more, and they already have several customers. On another video, I'll talk about how to coach a customer. But you want to think about the relationships you have built and you are building, and that in network marketing, we are this amazing combination of like a brick and mortar, but also kind of like a sorority fraternity. We know about each other's lives, we care, we're right there. And so if I know what your life is kind of like in general, not your saga, but I'm going to be more attuned to, if you're not getting to your goal, maybe what's going on. Life happens. We had so much life happening in the last 2 years, it wasn't even funny. So first thing I look at, same question every month. I have a specific time that I'm talking to team, okay? Wednesdays is my coaching days. Thursdays are my day to then maybe leave quick messages for their hot shots on their team to encourage one more layer, okay? And then it's also a day where I comb back through my reports to look at the next week. Fridays, I do all my follow-up with all my personal leads and kind of getting things ready for that weekend to take off. And then Mondays, I talk to brand new team members, and Tuesdays, I also work with my own personal business that day. So that's kind of what I do every week. So let's talk Wednesdays. So I'm calling Susie Q, and first thing is she has an appointment with me. I'm calling her, it's 9 a.m. and I have her report in front of me. Now I'm not in the car, I'm not like half-baked somewhere, not paying attention, got my puppy, whatever's going on. This is her 20 minutes. So I call, and first thing I look at is how are you? I'm so excited. Your month rocked. And it's an honest, sincere compliment to whatever I saw them doing great. And then she responds, it's maybe 30 seconds. Don't get off on a tangent. If they're family members of yours, they know this is our Plexus conversation. I will talk to you more about life tonight after my hours are done for the day. And they respect that because I do. I call them back at other times and I'll say, let's just talk some sister stuff. And so when I'm going to, number one, I'm going to just compliment them on whatever they did because I know what their goal was the month before and they did it or they didn't. And we need to reevaluate together as her coach, not her boss, what it is that she needs to improve and maybe what kind of resources I can lend to that. And then so from there, number one is that. Number two is, wow, Susie Q, you had an incredible month. I see that your goal was to add 10 team members. I see that you added 7. That's more than you had done before. Good on you. So tell me, what is it you thought you did great in the month of May? And they tell me, and I agree. And then I tell them, I'm seeing you be bold. I'm seeing you be calm. I'm seeing you really stay focused on growing personally as a better leader. Fabulous. Okay, so that was May. Tell me what you want to improve in the month of June. It's my third question. And I'm not firing things at them. And for those of you that have been coaching with me for a while, you know that I'm not like, but for those of you that are newer to coaching, you have to become a better coach because it's not like, hey girl, you're doing great. Keep going. Woo. Coaching. Okay. So the third thing is, what do you think you need to improve? And then they tell me, well, I need to be more consistent with follow-up. Well, I need to be better with my brand new team members, following up with them on their new ambassador checklist that comes right out of that box, right? They get their box, there's 10 things they're doing, and that is what they're following up on. That's their guide. So for the 99% of you that have never been in business for yourself that are watching this video, that's your guide. What should a brand new person be doing? What's in the box that came in the mail when they started? If you don't know, get a copy. So that's the third question. What are you going to improve? Then the fourth thing I say, tell me what your goal is for the month. What's your personal PV goal? What's your personal new ambassador first line goal? What's your team overall goal? And how many new preferred customers is your team going to add this month? And I'm writing it down, because coaching is accountability. It's not me just listening and then moving on. She has a relationship with me. I have to hold her feet to the fire. I have to follow up, right? And I'm in the trenches with her. I'm going to inspect what I expect. I'm leading by example. And I don't do everything right. And she's got better skills than I do in so many arenas. And so that's where we have that discussion. And then I'm going to see that she's doing something awesome. I write all that down. And that might be where I say, you know what? I would love if you would be our testimonial at our next event this next week. Or I would love if you would put that article we just talked about and that aha moment on our team page, because I want to empower people to pass me up. I do not want to be doing it for them. I want them to pass me up, and I want them to get to their goal. And then I bring in the next question. So tell me, what will it look like for you when you get to those goals? I want to write it down. I want to know when she has that extra $1,000 coming in, when she has that extra time on her hands that frees her up to not to get rid of that other job, what is that going to look like? And I write that down, because that's her hot button. And that's where I know what she's trying to achieve. Now, I'm doing the same thing with customers, because I want to know what they want to achieve by being consistent with their product. Okay, same skill set, y'all. And I'm reading a list of mine. The next question I ask her is, what would stop you? What's going on in the month of June that would stop you? And at this point, I've spent maybe 10 minutes. And then she might say, well, we're moving. Okay, I can understand that. That's going to be hard. I want to edify that. I know I've moved. It's going to be hard. So I know you're committed to your goal. What are you going to do to put some systems in place that can help you support your team that maybe is a little bit different than normal because you're moving this month? And she'll tell me, I'm going to try and get all my stuff done by the 10th, because we start moving on the 15th. And I'll say, okay. So then I'll ask, so where can I encourage you this month? What kind of resources do you need from me? And then she'll tell me. Now, here's what's key. So that's on Wednesday. And she knows I got her back. I am all about her doing her thing. I notice what's going on Facebook. I notice what's going on in life. And I see that she had a child that got an award. Woo! So excited. Part of what creates a good relationship, part of what makes network marketing all about the moving forward as a team, is knowing that I'm not a one-man show. She's important. We all have a life. And knowing those things, it makes it deeper. And that's where trust comes in. So if I'm coaching her, but she knows that if she's having a horrible day, so I see something fall apart Friday, I leave her a voice message. Susie Q, oh my gosh, girl, I saw that the house fell through. I am so sorry. Just know that I'm thinking about you. And that's it. It has nothing to do with Plexus. Now, as we go into the days to come, maybe Monday or so, I'll leave her a message. I'm really looking forward to hear how you overcame all that craziness this weekend. I'm really looking forward to hearing about your brand new person and what they're doing to set your team on fire. I'm really looking forward to hearing who that next silver is going to be. I'm really looking forward to hearing how your coaching calls went. They're not yes or no answer questions. They're good questions. They're asking her proactive things, because if you're fluffy, then you don't move forward. And the same thing happens in our business over and over and over and over and over again. And then she's moving forward. And when she's moving forward, it's pushing her bold bubble further. So as she does something that maybe kind of scares her, her confidence is growing. And I'm looking back behind me, kind of making sure she's not just left in the dust, but it's also a lot like geese, right? They come and they're paired, and the one is in the front and the rest are in the back honking. And that's what you are. She's in the front and you're in the back honking. You're not all over her. You're not being crazy. You're not being weird. You're really just looking at, what is it that she needs to get to her goal? What is that goal going to bring her? Because that's the inspiration that will make her work. Not you. You're just a reminder. You're just a coach, okay? So those are the questions you ask today. Get on it. In the next couple days, you need to know your top people, your runners. And runners aren't people with lip service. Runners are people that you can look back in last month and you can see PV, came to guest events, on webinars, doing their thing. And that is super duper important because we all have, myself, so much, if you've been in business for very long, and this is 3 years for me, over 23 as general business, you're going to have people that you love to work with. And they're fun. So here's the hard questions, and we'll end our time today on this. When you see that they're not getting there, maybe the goal was too big, maybe the time frame was too short, you don't give up. However, as a leader, this is where the tough love comes in. You love them no matter what, and if they're friends and family, this is kind of difficult because you get to go to things with them and not talk about Plexus. But this is where you don't get to be disappointed because they know that they didn't get to where they wanted to be for whatever reason, right? It could be timing. It could be they didn't put the effort in. It could be they put in all the effort and it just wasn't the right timing, and they're planting seeds. You are teaching your team, and you yourself are also learning how to be a good gardener. And some seeds go to the other gardens, and some seeds never take off. Some seeds need more care. Some seeds just go immediately. Some seeds die. Some seeds you overwatered. Some seeds you underwatered. With all that, that's called personal growth, is knowing how to be a good gardener. You have to be able to say, Susie Q, it's Wednesday. I'm so excited to talk to you. I know it's been a hard week. Tell me what you've done great this last week. Tell me what you want to do more of. Tell me what you need to improve. I don't see you, and you have asked them, if I see you doing something in your business that'll stop you to getting to your goal, do I have your permission to tell you? And I say that on the front end before I even start coaching people, and I should have said that when we started this time together because that's important. Tell me, if I see you doing something that's not helping you get to your goal, do I have your permission to point it out? And it's going to be love, and it's going to be sandwiched in love. And she's going to say, I just had a horrible week, and I just feel terrible, and I'm not getting to my goal. I can see that. That must feel awful. So tell me this. Do you need to change that goal time frame, or are you going to be able to just make up for that this coming week? And then she'll tell you. And that's where you can even say, this is the third time we've had this conversation, and I know how much you want your family to be in Kona. And I know what that's going to be looking like for you to be debt-free and to have your husband be able to not take that second job. I know. And I believe in you. Maybe you need to reevaluate, and when you're ready, I'll be here. But we've had several conversations, and I just don't see that you're really doing the work yet. So 2 things I want to offer you. Go ahead and reevaluate the time frame, or let's just put coaching on hold for a little while you do some other things in your life. And when you're ready, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be right here cheering for you. And then a couple days later, something's going to pop in my mind. I'm going to think about her. I'm going to see something on Facebook, and I'm going to message her 2-3 days later. This is where it feels icky, y'all. This is where you go, I want to make her feel better. I want her to feel like she likes me. I want to be there for her. That's not a coach. I feel that too. I don't want to have to say to somebody, that's crazy. Not because it's my opinion and not because it's my way, but because I don't see them getting to their goal by doing that. So that's where coaching means you pull out of them, what do you think you should do? What do you think that should look like? Well, how does that go? And then you have to say, mm-mm. And that's where in a couple days later, I'll say, I was thinking about you. And I really appreciate our relationship and how much time we get to spend together. And I'm really looking forward to all the things lining up for you, all your ducks in a row so that we can do this again. And I really am excited to see that you're going on vacation, and I cannot wait to see all the pictures of the beach. That's it. That's all. Get on it. Make it happen.